Hi kids, today we're going to read The Little Mermaid. Retold by Ronnie Randall. Once upon a time, deep beneath the sea, there lived a lovely little mermaid. She had long chestnut hair and deep sea blue eyes and a beautiful fishtail of silver and green. She also had a voice as clear and bright as crystal, the most beautiful voice in the ocean. The little mermaid lived with her father, the Sea King, and her 5 older sisters. She spent her days playing near their castle and singing to the other sea creatures. On a mermaid's 15th birthday, she is allowed to go to the surface of the sea to watch the human world. When it was the little mermaid's turn, she swam up eagerly. A ship was sailing nearby. As the little mermaid listened to the music and laughter, she saw a handsome young prince. The little mermaid looked at him and felt her heart melt with love. The little mermaid followed the ship from a distance so that she could watch the young prince. Suddenly, lightning flashed across the sky and thunder crashed. A furious storm blew up, and the ship tossed and turned in the waves. The little mermaid watched as it sank, hoping that the young prince was safe. When the storm was over, the little mermaid saw her prince at last. He was lying in the water with his eyes closed to try to swim. I must save him, the little mermaid thought. She swam him up and took him to the safety of the shore. There she sang to him in her lovely, sweet voice until he opened his eyes. He caught only a glimpse before she darted away to hide in her water. Before long, a pretty girl came down to the beach. She found the prince and helped him up. The little mermaid watched as they walked away together. Then, with an aching heart, she swam back to her home. With tears in her eyes, the little mermaid told her sisters that she had fallen in love with the prince. They know who the prince is, and they took her to see his home, a castle the color of sand, with steps winding down to the sea. After that, the little mermaid swam to the surface every day to watch the prince. I would do anything to be human so that he might fall in love with me, she told her sisters. Finally, her sister said, "Go and visit the sea witch. Perhaps she can help you." The sea witch lived in a dark underwater forest, amid slimy plants that looked like snakes. The little mermaid was frightened, but the thought of the prince made her brave. "I can give you a potion that will make you human," said the sea witch, "but if you take it, you will lose your beautiful voice. You will get it back only if you win the true love of the prince." The little mermaid took the potion from the sea witch and went home to say goodbye to her father and sisters. They were sad that she was leaving, but they wished her happiness on land. "Always remember where you came from," her father told her, "and come back to see us once a year." The little mermaid promised that she would. Then she drank the witch's potion and swam to the surface. There she fell asleep on the soft sand below the prince's castle. When the little mermaid awoke, her beautiful tail was gone. In its place were 2 long cylinder legs. She was wearing a pretty gown, the same silver green as her tail, and she was wearing on her feet 2 silver slippers. As she tried to stand up, the little mermaid's new legs wobbled and stumbled. Suddenly she was caught by two strong arms. She looked right up into the eyes of the handsome prince. "It's you," the prince cried. "You're the girl who saved me from drowning, aren't you? I have been looking everywhere for you." The little mermaid nodded, but she couldn't say a word. "Why won't you speak to me?" the prince asked, puzzled. The little mermaid couldn't answer. She could only look at the prince and hope that she could see how much she loves him. And he did. As he gazed into her deep sea blue eyes, the prince knew that she was the girl he had been looking for. "I don't care if you can't speak," he told her. "I know that I love you more than anyone on earth. Will you marry me and live with me forever?" The little mermaid's eyes shone, and she nodded. Then, as the prince kissed her, a wonderful thing happened. She could feel her voice returning. "Yes," she said happily, "I will marry you." They were married the next day, and the little mermaid took the name Maria, which means from the sea. At their wedding, the prince took her arms and whirled her across the sand. Maria's new legs danced beautifully. Every year on Maria's birthday, she went down to the seashore and sang in her beautiful crystal voice. Her father and sisters came up to see her and were glad to know that Maria and the prince would live happily ever after. The end. Thanks for watching. If you liked my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Bye!